presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter." Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Beal.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
And now Washington's starting group. Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Fultz, and it's Isaac in at the 3, the small forward. We don't see this very often, Clark, but tonight, 2 teams that really thrive in the half court.
Yeah, and you know, they can get up and down, and we'll see them do that some, but they much prefer, Kevin, simply to grind it out.
And the Magic start out with the ball. Here's Fultz. Pass to Isaac. Here's Fultz. And here is Isaac. Gordon, the pass to Fultz. Shot clock at 6. Yep, it counts.
Much respect to Fultz for his attitude. Even when he gets bumped around, he stays with it. Superb body control.
Now here's Wall. Right side, Bryant. The pass to Hachimura. Here's Brown. And that one is off. The Magic go the other way with it. To the wing right side. Now here's Isaac. He's covered by Brown. Orlando moving the ball around. Gordon kicks to Fultz. Vucevic trying to get open. Bryant with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Wall hits the target from 18 feet.
You know, Wall's done a nice job, in my opinion, of improving his mechanics with his shot. It's not quite a pure release, but much, much better than it was a couple of seasons ago. And he's really become effective from the mid-range area.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And he uses the glass on the layup. Wall's got his second basket of the night.
And I just love the way Wall kind of knifes through that defense. He is masterful at slashing to the rim.
Now here's Isaac. Passes to Gordon. Back to Isaac. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And it's Vucevic missing. Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against Minnesota.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute. Well, you know, he's still listed at 6'10", but when you see him standing next to teammates, guys, Jonathan Isaac is clearly taller. By the time he's done growing, he's projected to be a 7-footer or north of that.
Now Fournier, Bradley Beal missing from long range. Now here's Isaac. Outside Fournier. Nailed from three-point land. And Isaac doesn't want that 7-footer label, something we've seen before with the guys like Garnett and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I agree. There are a couple of things that go into that when you talk about guys not wanting to be listed at 7 feet. He grew up playing on the perimeter and still has an attachment to that part of his game. And then I think there's also the feeling if you're listed at 7 feet, you're going to get stuck inside. But even more than that, folks tend to look at you differently when you're a 7-footer because you appear to be out of the norm in a major way.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Ross comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Doc, he's checked in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Wagner, he's checked in for Bryant. Davis Bertans comes in for Hachimura. Ish Smith, he's checked in for Troy Brown. And it's Napier in for John Wall.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Washington trailing.
And we talk about trying to manufacture points. The Magic a year ago were last in the league in free throw attempts.
And I think a part of that, guys, is they really don't have enough creators, facilitators, playmakers. You need guys who can break the defense down and then make plays for themselves or others, and that gets you to the foul line, but it also gets you easy baskets. Aaron Gordon is no pushover, far from it. I mean, with the ability to knock down shots despite contact, this young fella's impressive.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the night.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game. Aaron Gordon still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
Now, here is Smith. Stats on him, he's averaging 9 points a game. Now Napier. Back to Beal. Pass to Wagner. The tray. Orlando grabs the miss. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And the jam by Ross.
And when Ross gets ahead of steam going to the rim, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of there.
Beal with it. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Now here is Augustine. Pass to Ross. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. For the 3. Here's Gordon, and so it's Orlando with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Back to the action after this word. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game, Bradley Beal spoke about the trust Coach Scott Brooks has in him and his teammates.
think the biggest thing is he's still young. So, he tries to think he's still hip. He keeps up with us a little bit, but he grants us a lot of freedom. He allows us freedom on both ends of the floor to be leaders.
Ellen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchup defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Taking a look at the Wizards. Travis Berton's out there with Bradley Beal. Then there's Shabazz Napier. Then there's Ish Smith. And it's Wagner in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Mark, do you think on average rookies are having a greater impact on their teams now than in decades past?
I really don't think so, Kevin. You can go back and look at the numbers historically. Every draft class usually has 6 to 10 rookies that have a significant impact on their respective teams. And of those 10, perhaps 10 or 12, maybe only a few are going to be on playoff teams just because of the nature of the draft. I don't really think that's changed tremendously over the decade.
And Washington has possession. Following the bucket by Orlando. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Aaron Gordon. Murray comes in for Terrence Ross. Ennis, he's checked in for Doc. And it's Carter Williams in for Augustine. Now, here's Bamba. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
Who's back up? Here's Vucevic, and there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession. Here's Brown, and the dunk by Brown.
Yeah, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there. Terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Now here's Murray. Now the pass to Ennis. Bamba with it. Murray outside. Drills the three-pointer. Murray's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Well, he started his career with a stress fracture in his left tibia, which cost Mo Bamba some time in his rookie season, but overall, a pretty impressive start for the 2018 number 6 pick.
Here's Ennis following the basket by John Wall. Mahimi against Vucevic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Clark, you look at Bamba's play thus far. What to you stands out?
Well, the first thing is he's a shot blocker supreme. I mean, he's an elite shot blocker. I think he's got the potential to be a defensive player of the year in time. And also his shooting ability. This guy has a terrific touch for somebody as tall as he is.
First free throw is good.
You know, he was the 16th pick in the 2011 NBA draft, and Vucevic became an All-Star for the first time in 2019. Took him a while, but he got there.
Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Orlando. Fultz comes in for Murray. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
Magic leading by 7. That's tipped. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. Fournier is checked in for the Magic. .144 left in the first half of basketball. Wall dishes to Bryant. Here's Hachimura. And it's sent back by Isaac.
What a wingspan Isaac has. I mean, this guy is incredible at denying shots, and he loves to do it.
The V just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
Here's Fultz after the basket by Washington. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots a 3. It's rebounded by John Wall. Wizards trail by 7. Here's Hachimura. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Minnesota. And Wall. Here we go now. Vucevic with the block.
Get that weak stuff out of here. You can't come weak like that against Vucevic. He's going to send it back at you.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
And here's Wall. 32 points for him last game against Minnesota. On the wing, Brown. This one for 3. He can't hit that time. And so it's the Orlando Magic ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the small forward. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Stark, a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points, and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Wall. 8 points for him. To the inside. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut back down again to single digits with those points from Bryant.
And the vision and understanding Wall has in pick-and-roll situations is second to none. So many of his teammates have become better shooters because of Wall's perfect passes out of that set.
Now here's Wall. After the miss from Vucevic. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Fultz. Tries again, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Washington called for the foul.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is highly skilled at getting defenders to be physical with him. I mean, he's welcoming of contact, especially when he's going up for his shot.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
Well, we've seen Vucevic expand his offensive repertoire, guys, adding to his old-school post game. He's now demonstrating perimeter shooting and playmaking ability, and that's opening some eyes.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba is checked in for Gordon. Ross comes in for Isaac. Doc, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. And both free throws good for Vucevic. And Clark, as Vucevic has stepped out from that mid-range to beyond the arc, it's paying dividends.
Yeah, not only is he shooting the three-point shot when he steps out there, but it spaces the floor and opens up things for his teammates, and he's proven himself to be a pretty good passer. The face-up game proving just as effective as his post-up game, which makes him a hard cover.
Now here's Vucevic. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Beal with the steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. And there it is for him.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here is Augustine. Passes it to Ross. Puts up a 3. Here's Vucevic. Up and in on the layup. Vucevic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Beal. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score.
And you know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it, but Brad Beal is one of the top shooting guards in our league. The scoring, the playmaking he provides is really right there amongst the elite.
Throw good, Beal. And Beal about a 25-5-5 player last season, Greg. Most would agree that that's star-level production.
Those are Hall of Fame-esque numbers. I'd put him up there with Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler. Fantastic scorer who does it with strong efficiency, and he's only getting better.
Murray's checked in for Vucevic. And both free throws good for Beal. Orlando leading by 9. Has to Doc. Trying to find Bamba. He gets it to him. There's 1:38 left to play here in the third. Bucket is good.
When you look at Bamba, he has extraordinary length. And because of that, he's able to finish over most defenders.
Here's Beal. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Beal's got 4 this quarter.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
The pass to Doc. To the paint. Here's Bamba. The shot off that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Smith outside. Kicks it to Napier. Pass to Wagner. The drive by Beal. Banked in off the glass. Beal's got 10 points.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Now here's Ross. Murray right side. Good. Nice job down low. Murray's got his second bucket of the game to go. Wizards trail by 9. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Beal against Augustine. Elbow shot is on the way. That doesn't go either for Beal.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Now here is Augustine. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And it's an 11-point Magic lead. And so it's the Orlando Magic holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We come back right after this. Let's take a listen now to Scott Brooks.
12 minutes to believe in each other. We got 12 minutes to leave it on the floor. We got 12 minutes to play defense. We got 12 minutes to play offense. We got 12 minutes to play smart. If you don't play smart this game, we're not going to win.
Well, Greggy's asking his guys, obviously, to give him everything they've got.
A fiery speech by Coach Brooks, really trying to implore his guys to get over the hump.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So on the floor for Washington. In at forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. Brown out there with Wall, and it's Wagner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the Wizards with possession after Markelle Fultz missed from long range. Hachimura the pass to Bertans. Dishes the Wall. It's deflected.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz. And I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Magic.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Wall. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Here's Ennis. Passes it to Bamba. Lets the three fly. Rebound, Washington.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive.
Now Brown. Clock at 6. Here's Wagner. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And he's good on the first of 3. Orlando making some changes. Vucevic comes in for Bamba. And Evan Fournier subbed in for James Ennis. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Washington. Bradley Beal comes in for Hachimura. He hits the second from the line.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
And he nails the third.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Back to Fultz. Pass to Isaac. Now Gordon. Fournier the bounce pass. Fades back. Vucevic with the bucket.
You know, the mid-range game, guys, is really one of Nikola Vucevic's strong suits. I mean, you've got to play him honest if you're a defender.
And finish off by Bryant.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
The pass to Isaac. Now Fournier. 1:51 left in the fourth. Beal with the steal. To the left side wing. Here's Wall, and the slam dunk by Wall.
I'll tell you, when Wall is scoring like this, it's special to watch. A spectacular, explosive performance.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're leading by 9. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Nikola Vucevic.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
Well, he needed a game like this badly. He's been struggling for a while now, but tonight he broke out of that slump in style. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. They trail by 9 points. Now here's Wall. He's tightly guarded, and he comes up with the deuce.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
Now here's Fultz. Passes it to Doc. Ryan against Vucevic. Vucevic gets double teamed. Now here's Fultz. Tight defense on him. Second chance shot. Vucevic with the bucket. And the Magic lead by 9.
Yeah, you know, one of the best parts of Nikola Vucevic's game is his great body, excellent hands, and the high motor makes him an outstanding rebounder.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They trail by 9. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For the Magic, Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Murray comes in for Isaac, and Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Fultz. Napier with it. Vucevic with the block. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Magic moving the ball around. With the second effort and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And over time, Vucevic has really developed a nice pump fake, and that often leads to him earning trips to the foul line.
Good on the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Out to Peyton. Here's Mahimi. Great D that time from Vucevic. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Mark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldrin, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
Hey, what's your name? What's your name? You're a star, Brooklyn.
Che, talk about your defense a little. What helped you lead the team in steals tonight?
I think it came down to us executing our defensive scheme really well. When everyone's in the right spot on D, it allows you to be a little bit more aggressive, knowing you guys got your back. So that's what you guys saw there tonight.
Great. Thanks, Che.
Patty, defense wins games.
You know it.